nothing else that you're looking at. So when it comes to riding, you've got to judge it on how the bike performs. And Trixie here is just starting to show her age, I'm afraid. So with that in mind, when I was at Empire on Saturday, speaking to the guy there, speaking to Cheryl and their sales guy about it, and just waiting for them to get in a couple of the 2020 speed, the street triples. I haven't been drinking, honest. The street triples, they did have one in, but they just sold it. So he's gonna get another 2-3 of those in, and when he does, he's gonna give me a call, and I'm gonna take one of them out on a test ride. So anybody here knows their Triumphs, they are familiar that the street triple is only 765cc compared to my speed triple, which is 1050. So yeah, there's almost a 300cc drop in engine size. But again, we're comparing a 2008 with a 2020, and performance wise, you can't beat CCs at the end of the day for extra performance, but it's going to be sharper, it's going to be more tuned. I know the street triple puts out I believe it's 121 horsepower, and I think it's 71 pound of torque, somewhere around about that, which isn't much less than what my speed triple puts out. My horsepower is about 138 at the rear wheel now with the upgrades I've done to it. Torque isn't much difference. Torque is about an extra, I believe I've got about 79 pounds of torque. So there's not a great deal of difference. So we will see how when I get my leg over this street, how it performs compared to my speed. I'm not expecting there to be a lot of difference. And if that's the case, and it handles like my Speed Twin does, it might be getting time for a new bike. So we will just find out once I test ride it. In an ideal world, I would just buy the street triple and keep the speed twin. Keep the speed triple, sorry. Because I don't want to let it go. But I only have room in my garage for 3 motorcycles. So giddy up, girl. Gotta love that sound. Yeah, so I only have room in my garage for 3 bikes, pretty much. I could probably squeeze a 4th one in, but then it's really going to make it awkward getting in and out of the cars, because all the cars are going to be so tightly parked next to each other. Yeah. And I don't really want to get rid of my Honda, because my Honda is my daily rider that I ride to work. If I need to ride somewhere and it's raining, I take the Honda. I don't like riding my nice bikes to work, because let's face it, if people see that you're going to work somewhere and it's, you know, they know, oh, that guy works there, he's going to be inside that building for 8-9 hours straight while his bike's sat outside unattended, it makes it a real, you know, easy target. And at the end of the day, if somebody stole my Honda, yeah, I'd be pissed off, but it's 2007, it's I haven't really put much money into it since I've had it, other than new exhausts. You know, I'm not emotionally attached to it like I am my Triumphs. So, I'd be pissed, but I wouldn't be, you know, lose too much sleep over it. If that happened with my triple or my twin, oh, I would be fucking pissed. So, it's nice to have a bike that you kind of don't care too much about. You know? The ugly love child of the family. You don't care too badly what happens to it. So, yeah. So, in a way, I have to keep the Honda. My Honda ugly love child. And obviously I'm not going to get rid of the Speed Twin, because that bike's amazing. So yep, that leaves me just Trixie here. Ooh, that's a nice blast of wind, blowing sideways. I just leave Trixie here to take one for the team if I should get the 2020 street trip. We will see. Time will tell. Anyway, getting back to my new tires and wheel bearing. I'm definitely feeling a difference from the last time I really took this bike out. Might have been a combination of the bearing and the tires. The tires I had on there, they were pretty well worn. They were Metzellers, which, not my favorite brand of tire, to be honest with you. They had been on the bike quite a while. So, you know, over time, tires do age. They do get a little bit harder. The rubber toughens up. Not as badly as people make out, say they do, you know, especially if they're in a garage and they're not in direct sunlight, but it does happen. And the tires I had on this bike previously, the manufacturer date on those were 2014. So, you know, 6-year-old tire. Now I got some nice fresh Bridgestones. Always been one of my favorite brands, Bridgestone. You don't usually see the European stuff fitted with them because they're a Japanese brand, Bridgestone. So usually you find most of the Japanese stuff comes fitted with Bridgestones. So when I first started riding many years ago, quite a few of my bikes back then, my Jap stuff was fitted out with Bridgestones. First time I really rode any bike with Bridgestones with some serious aggression was probably back when I had my 250, my Kawasaki KR1 that had some Bridgestones on it. Really sticky ones they were. And that thing stuck to the road like nobody's business. Which was a good thing, because that thing was just violent. With a capital V. So yeah, I like the Bridgestones. I'm also a big lover of the Michelins. The Pilots, always a brand I turn to quite often. I got Michelin Pilots on my Honda. My Speed Twin came with the Diablo Rossi Freeze. I think I only ever had one other bike that had Pirellis on, which didn't wow me, to be honest with you. So I'm not a big lover of Pirellis. Although saying that, from the riding I've done on that Speed Twin so far, they do seem like a nice tire. You know, they're pretty neutral, which I like. So we'll see how they last, because that Speed Twin's got some torque and it likes to power out of the corners. Wow, sorry, I shouldn't say that. I like to power out of the corners on it. All that grunt that it has in that 1200 Twin, just come out of those corners and open her up. So we'll see how long the Rossies last. If they do good, maybe I'll stick with Rossies next time around. We'll see. Or maybe I'll switch to the Battle Axe, the 016s, which I have on this one. Which I've never. This is a tire I've never had any experience with, other